Okay, hello everybody. Welcome to Korean Atlanta Mentorship. And in this video, I'm going to talk about how I got over $279,000 in lines of credit. And I remember when I first started this credit journey, this is back in 2015, 16, when I first kind of got serious with credit cards. I remember if I got like a $5,000 credit limit, I was like, is the bank serious about this? Oh my goodness, why would they lend me that much? And then I'd like freak out if somebody gave me that type of line of credit, $5,000. And nowadays, if somebody gives me that type of line of credit, I'm a little bit, I don't want to say insulted. Maybe I'm a little bit insulted, but I kind of understand, right? Because right now, I literally have, and I got a new credit line today, $279,000 in lines of credit. And what's the secret? I'm going to tell you the secret. And I repeat this in pretty much every single video where I talk about getting lines of credit because people complain and write on the comments of these videos where it's like, where do you get a line of credit like that? Well, the secret to getting lines of credit is that you have to understand who banks lend to. And banks lend to people who don't need their money. And let me rephrase it again. Banks don't lend to people who need money, right? And I should probably write that down somewhere. So let me write that down here. Banks. Actually, let me scribble for today. Well, where's that scribble drawing thingy majigger? Insert, share, data. There we go. Draw. There we go. Yeah. Let's draw this message. Banks. Oh, I'm so bad at this. I'm like graffiti writing this. Don't lend money to people who need it. All right. Well, you get the point, right? They don't lend the money to people who need it. Luckily, they don't lend money based on my drawing ability in Excel, but they don't lend money to people who need it. And so I've been going through this credit journey with all of you all based on um, incremental progress. And that's essentially what I've been doing, right? I've been having incremental progress. And so, there have been videos where it's like I had 240,000, 50,000, 60,000, 70,000. So I'm going to show you my latest additions to my lines of credit. So first one is Chase, right? So Chase, in Chase, you don't get to say how much you want. You just put in like your income and, your monthly housing payment, I think. And then it just says your request is complete. We granted you $6,000 more in a credit limit increase. Boom. So now, my credit limit previously for this Chase card was about 8,500, and then I put in, hey, I need more credit. Boom, they have this automated system. Again, don't lie because lying is a federal crime and can land you in pound me in the A prison, which is where you don't want to go, right? Remember the movie Office Space where they talk about committing bank fraud and they're all paranoid before they do it because like we're gonna go to federal pound me in the A prison. We don't want to go there because we don't want to, well, first of all, we don't want to lie because we don't want to go there, right? But the way that we get these lines of credit is that we get it when we don't need it. I didn't need it. I was like, I'm just going to apply for it. I got this $6,000 credit line increase. Now, the second one here is with the credit limit. Now, with I'm not credit limit, credit unions. Now, with credit unions, unlike the major banks, they usually do hard pulls and new application every time you do need or you want to increase in the line of credit. Again, they hard pulled Equifax, but it's all right. So here I got an approved line of credit. Just what was it? Approved 3 days ago, right? Last Thursday or Friday. Today's the 17th, and this went from a $5,000 credit limit to 10,000. They were like, "How much do you want?" I was like, "I want 15 grand," and they counter offered me 10. I was like, "Whatever, I'll take it. It's bigger than five, right? So why not? Wasted a hard pull, might as well accept it." You know what I'm saying? All right, so now I got this new $10,000 line of credit. And then the next step was I applied for a new line of credit today, right? It's called a Ready Now line of credit, personal line of credit from Truist. And they said they would, that you can get a line of credit unsecured up to $7,000. So like, let's go for that. Let's go for that. So I applied over the phone And they're like, "Congratulations, your application doesn't even have to be underwritten." Actually, they didn't say that to me, but they didn't underwrite my application. It's like, "Oh, you got this new line of credit, um, and it's available for to use now. It's $800." I was like, "Whoa, 800? That's like my lowest limit." I didn't say that, but I was thinking it. But then the lady on the phone was like, "Yeah, if you want to increase in that, you got to go to the branch, right?" But usually they start you off with low limit. So I'm like, "All right, I'm cool. I'm cool. I can use because eventually this $800 is eventually gonna go to the max of $7,000 in a personal line of credit, and then I would have how much would it be? I have a 15 grand personal line of credit, and eventually I want this to be, it's $800 right now, but once it becomes 7,000, then that'll be 22. I would have $22,000 in limits for personal lines of credit. It's crazy, right? But yeah, so even, you know, every bank is different, right? Every bank is different. So, the lady on the phone was like, "Yeah, we don't give, too big of a limits with these personal lines of credit, but eventually you can go up to 7 grand if you go to the branch itself and ask for a credit limit increase." And I'm like, "All right, that's cool. That's cool." So I'll just get my foot in the door. And if everybody's like that, then I'll start off at this low limit. But eventually, I do want this to go to 7 grand, and I know I'll pretty much get it, like 99% guaranteed. I'm gonna get that $7,000 maximum line of credit. How do I know that? Because I get it when I don't need it, right? Every time I wake up, I'm like, "Do I need money today? Oh, I don't." And it's been a couple months since I got some credit. Well, I'm gonna get more credit. You know what I mean? Obviously, you don't want to have too much, apply for too much credit in a short period of time. But if the 3 months or 6 months passes and you haven't gotten new credit, or at least for me, again, I'm not giving you any financial advice. That's the best time to get credit when it's you don't need it, right? I didn't need it, therefore I got the credit. And let's go ahead and sum this all up. So sum up of all of it. And as you can see here, let's make this big. If we sum up the lines of credit, it's $279,080. So we barely passed that $279,000 mark. And we got all that money available for us to use, the bank's money, because we got it when we don't need it, right? That's the most important lesson you can learn about credit and banking. See, the problem is that the average American, they think of like banks like they do at restaurants, right? I say this every single time because I want to drill in your head, right? Because why do you go to a restaurant? You go to a restaurant because you're hungry, right? And then they use that same mindset with the bank. Oh my goodness, I should go to a bank when I need money. And if you ever go to a bank when you need money, they're going to laugh you out of there, right? So I get money. I get the bank's money when I don't need it. Okay. All right. Well, that's it for today. This is Korean Atlanta Mentorship. So you learn. I hope hopefully you learned two things. Number one, I can't draw at all in Excel. I don't know how other people do it. And number two, banks don't lend money to people who need it. Okay. All right. Well, that's it for today. Have a great day, and we'll speak next time.